All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and today I am celebrating being 2 years sober. But first, if you haven't yet, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave us a comment. We always love to hear from the members of our community, and that includes you. All right, let's get started. So you might be asking, hey Jay, how'd you do it? Or how does it feel? Or what's next? And I'll go ahead and answer each of those questions individually. So first, how did I do it? Well, I'll tell you that it really helped having a YouTube channel to be able to celebrate my personal success with our amazing community. You may or may not know my story, but long story short, I started this channel 4 years ago as a way to keep myself honest and also to avoid maybe going to AA or rehab. Though I didn't really think that I was in bad enough condition to go to rehab, we all have to be honest with ourselves to all of the possibilities of recovery. Whenever we feel like we need help, it's on us to make the steps in the right direction to get the results that we're looking for. And those steps almost always include some form of sacrifice. I remember talking to my good buddy Pat and telling him that I was gonna get sober. And I was thinking about going to AA. And like we expect most of our friends to do, he said to me something that I'll never forget. He said, "Why are you gonna do that?" And I said, well, I don't think that I have enough will to succeed. And he said, I think that you're strong enough to do anything that you choose to do. That statement, as simple as it was the key to unlock this power within me to jumpstart and reignite the belief that I had in myself to really make the change. So, in the paraphrased words of my buddy Pat, I would like to share these words with you, whoever you are out there, who doesn't believe in themselves yet. And again, those words are, I think that you're strong enough to do anything that you choose to do. If you accept the challenge, comment, I accept the challenge in the comment section down below. So I told my friend that I was thinking about going public and doing a YouTube channel, which was the complete opposite of going to AA. And this channel, Getting Sober, again, had its very humble beginnings. Here's a clip of what the channel looked like 4 years ago. Brace yourself, there's a pretty big difference.
The first 3 days, why are they so hard? Quitting booze. That's what we're talking about right now. So if you're watching this, you probably drink a lot and you don't want to drink a lot anymore, or you want to not drink at all. So my road to recovery has been a series of starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping over and over and over again.
And look at us now, 4 years later and 300 videos later. We've proudly gone from a guy by himself in the basement to a guy by himself in the basement with a community of over 11,000 subscribers. And why I mention this is because the importance of community. The lessons that we can learn on our own can be learned in a fraction of the time with proper guidance, the will to succeed, and the attitude that no matter how I may fall, relapse, or detour, that I am gonna pick myself back up, learn the lesson that needs to be learned, and move forward with integrity. After starting this channel, I immediately took a year-long detour with my own sobriety, which is why we practice no judgment sobriety. And it took almost 2 years before we had enough subscribers for someone to ask, hey, I really like your content. Where are you? Are you okay? This channel by design was my message in a bottle. I knew that if I started making the content that it would continue to be shared and viewed and commented on. I knew myself to know that I might not stick to it, that I would eventually give into temptation. If I was in fact correct about my ability to quitting, again, that I would need some form of intervention of my own. And my plan worked. I made the videos which were hardly viewed at all, and most of which you probably haven't seen. And I, as anticipated, started drinking, again. And you amazing members of this community started to check up on me. That's why I always preach the importance of commenting on our videos, not just to talk to me, but to also provide support to others out there and remind them of their goals that they had originally set out to achieve in the first place. We don't have anything to sell you. We don't have a book or a mentoring program. It's just videos made from the heart that if you wanted to show support, you can hit the thanks button underneath this video, or join as an official member, or support us on our Patreon. Sometimes we need a little nudge in the right direction, a little positivity, and a little kindness to know that someone cares about us, even if we don't happen to care about ourselves. And to further answer the question of how I managed 2 years of sobriety, the answer is,
I traveled to the future.
I've projected my life's trajectory, and to be honest with you, I didn't like what I saw. And since we're on the topic of being honest, with excessive drinking, there's no guarantee of cancer or liver failure. Just like with sobriety, there's no guarantee of having a better or healthier life. During my journey, I had to bury my father as I watched him lose his battle with cancer. And after years of heavy drinking, I again couldn't say that it was any particular substance's fault. But I knew that this isn't how I wanted to end up. And how I felt was something that I didn't want anyone that close to me to feel either. Any betting person would play the odds that to have a healthier and happier life, it would be wise to exclude poisoning yourself with alcohol on a daily basis. And having this unfortunate loss of my dad furthered my decision to get back on track in eliminating the possibility of seeing his fate as my own. So did that clarify the time travel part? Now for question number 2, which was, how does it feel to be 2 years sober? Well, it feels like when you ask someone on their birthday how it feels to be 1 year older. But in this case, I am in fact 1 year wiser, and I definitely have the white hairs to prove it. It's a great feeling to know that I actually want to live the rest of my life with myself, instead of trying to escape myself. To know that tomorrow and each day after I'll have no excuses as to why I won't willingly greet my ambitions by being fully present and honor myself, my family, and this community with the best that I have to give. And also too, knowing that being less than my best is okay too, because I know that I don't need to run to the liquor store or the bar or the corner gas station to fix how I'm feeling by consuming alcohol. We're supposed to have feelings, and they aren't always the fun ones. But with time, we embrace these feelings more and more by being present. And the anxiety becomes less and less. And the depression becomes more of a ghost than a daily occurrence. There was a time when I was addicted to self-sabotage. I was addicted to contributing to an echo chamber of friends and enablers who wouldn't challenge me to do anything other than to party more, to drink more, to get lost, and get further away from who I was meant to be. I was people-pleasing to those who didn't have my best intentions in mind. I was addicted to escaping, to feeling better on demand, and also addicted to time traveling through my own life as a passenger being held hostage by my willingness to avoid responsibilities, feelings, and accountability. Life is too short to keep fooling ourselves and anyone who will listen into believing that we're this heightened egocentric version of ourselves that we present it as, aka the drunk mask. And part of this great feeling comes with no longer wasting time and energy getting wasted, but rather spending time and energy bettering my own life and the life of others around me. Because after all, isn't that what this is all about? Making the world a better place than we found it? So to answer the question of how it feels, honestly, it feels great knowing that I can count on myself, again. It feels great to feel like I'm in my 20s again. It feels good to know that I'm not potentially a doctor's visit away from a terminal diagnosis. It feels great to have measurable signs of my personal and professional success, and to have a respectable amount of savings in my bank account. To be student loan free and to have all my credit cards paid off. It feels great to finally feel like, aside from some unforeseeable tragedy, I finally feel like I can take on any and all challenges again. I still might not, but I could. It feels great to make progress instead of feeling like I'm just struggling to break even. And if that comment hits home, then hit the like button. It feels great to rarely, if ever, get stressed out, to feel anxiety, or to be the victim of self-induced depression, anger, jealousy, or rage, which then results in crippling disappointment and starts the whole circle back over again. It's also a great feeling to wake up and not have to worry about where my car is, how I got home last night, and how I'm gonna get back to my car the next morning, or to worry about who I was with last night, what I did, what I said, who I texted, or how I ruined my reputation while I was living in the moment while being toxic and promoting toxic behavior. And you know what else feels great? It also feels great to have made so many new friends along this journey just like you. It feels great to hear stories of wives getting their husbands back, kids getting their parents back, and to hear so many of you getting your lives back, and to watch you all start to believe in yourselves, ... again. It feels great watching every one of you who at some point were going through hell, but kept on going because you knew that hell might be a stop along the way, but it was not the place that you wanted to stay. For those of you in the community that practice positivity, and even though you were struggling, found opportunities each and every day to be a better version of yourself, to dig down and prove that you're no longer the old, outdated version of yourself that doesn't believe that the future is worth living because nothing's ever going to change. It's because of your strength and your courage that this community is what it is today, and I thank all of you for being part of my journey and allowing me to be part of yours. And that brings us to the final question, number 3, which is, what's next? In the spirit of self-growth and self-discovery, we continue to learn new things about ourselves. We learn that our interest and our desire to be better and do better has changed. We see new opportunities to create the life that we wish to have, and we greet new challenges with curiosity that we maybe didn't think we were capable of anymore. Our most loyal community members are now hitting 1 or more years of sobriety, and as we continue to advance in sober years, we continue to look for new challenges and more ways to improve our own lives. So, we want to continue to be of service to you in new ways so that we may continue to grow together. And since YouTube is a video library, we will continue to have over 300 videos on sobriety, just like this one, and occasionally make new content on this particular topic as well. But as we know, there are many things that taking a little break from, besides alcohol, may improve the quality of our lives. We're going to talk about new topics to keep your wheels turning. Topics such as sugar, sodium, processed foods, caffeine, social media, diet, exercise. How about sleep, chemicals, healthcare, mental health, consumer labels, and other ways that we could all benefit from being more aware and informed about what we consume. Moving forward from this point on will be the new direction of this channel. But don't worry, it's going to be the same great name, same great host, same great format, but new topics to spark your new interest, to help us all be the best that we can be together.
Yeah!
And I would love to hear what topics you have in mind for future episodes, so don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. I suggest that you do that right now before you forget, because the video is basically over anyway. If you want to watch our previous episode on sobriety, then it's going to pop up on the screen in about 5 seconds. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your self-improvement journey, and I will see you in the next video.